So in today's video, I want to shed some light on the Paycheck Protection Program plan that was initiated by our governmental system here in the US. And this is for small business owners. This can help you basically keep your business thriving amidst this very difficult circumstances with this pandemic. So if you're a little unsure what this program means, what it can mean for you as a small business owner, and just if you're even eligible, then stay tuned for this video. So the CARES Act is the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, and this was initiated by our U.S. government, and it is the largest stimulus act in American history, which is crazy to me that we are experiencing that right now. But basically, PPP is a sector of this larger act that is tailored for small businesses and providing them relief during this difficult time of the coronavirus pandemic, which is amazing that it's specifically tailored for small businesses and a means to provide them with financial security during this difficult time of the coronavirus pandemic. 70% of small business owners claim that their biggest business struggle is with cash flow management. So this PPA loan is intended to cover 2 months worth of the most costly expenses within a small business, such as paying rent and also payroll to employees. So the hope for this PP loan for small businesses is so that they will be able to extend their existing cash reserves, hopefully long enough for this crisis to end and businesses to reopen in the future. A very interesting analogy that I also found with doing research on this PPA loan was the analogy of like riding a bike. So rather than taking the wheels off your bike that you've worked hard to learn how to ride, that you've worked hard to keep maintenance up so that it still functions, rather than taking the wheels off totally, in other words, having to let go of your employees, fire your employees, the PPP loan acts as training wheels for your bike. While you still might fall over a bit and it might be a bumpy ride even with the training wheels, it will prevent you from having to totally fall over off your bike. In other words, having to totally fire your employees and let go of them. This PPP loan acts as training wheels to allow your business to continue to move forward rather than totally stop. So with the PPP loan's low interest rate and forgiveness potential, it allows small businesses to still be sustainable during the burden of this pandemic without them having to feel burdened by debt that has to be paid off once this crisis has passed. And of course, allows them to keep their jobs, allows their employees to keep their jobs, and in turn decreasing the nationwide unemployment rate that we are seeing spike right now during this pandemic. So how do you know if you are eligible? There are 6 things that you need to consider when wondering if you are eligible for this PPP loan for your small business. The first aspect is you must be registered as a small business or sole proprietor within the United States. You must have fewer than 500 employees. You must be self-employed or a sole proprietor, and the current uncertainty makes it extremely difficult to operate your small business. You also qualify for this PPP loan. The last 2 aspects you should be considering and asking yourself is if you need this loan to keep your business afloat, and finally, if your small business was fully operational on February 15th, 2020, with your employees on payroll. All 6 of these aspects are what you need to ask yourself as you are thinking of applying for this PPP loan for your own small business. Next, you might be wondering, well, how much money can I borrow with this loan? You can receive a loan of 2.5 times your monthly average payroll cost in the previous 12 months, and it cannot exceed $10 million. Another extremely important aspect to remember with this loan is that you cannot claim independent contracted employees under this PPP loan, because those independently contracted employees actually can apply for their own loan themselves. So what do you use the money for? Does it apply for coffee dates with your coworkers? Does it apply for, fitness classes that you cultivate to keep your employees healthy in their lifestyle? These do not qualify as expenses that you will have covered by this loan. 75% of the money you receive with this loan is for payroll, and the remaining 25% is meant for things such as rent, utilities, and interest on their mortgage principal. So what's the timeline for using of these loans if you were to apply and receive the PPP loan for your business? So any loan funds used under these express purposes within the 8-week period are eligible for forgiveness. So in other words, if you as a small business owner and small business utilize this loan as it is intended, you will not have to pay a dime back. So where do you apply? I've actually linked for your convenience a link in the description box that shows you where you can apply for your own PPP loan. And there are actually two different types of PPP loan applications that you should consider. The first one, as of April 3rd, 2020, is open for application, and that is for sole proprietors and small business owners. And as of Friday, April 10th, 2020, as a independent contractor and also self-employed individual, you will be able to start applying for a PPP loan. What is truly amazing to me is that new information is being released daily, if not hourly, in regards to the CARES Act and the PPP loan sector. So do not waste another moment. If you think this could be something that's beneficial for your business, definitely do your own research and see if it's the right fit for you, and to decide which specific application of the two is the best fit for your small business. If you're watching this video and it is past the situation of 2020, past this coronavirus pandemic, I hope that you will take the information you learned here and apply it to your life still, because this has demonstrated so profoundly how important it is to be very mindful of your business expenses, of your cash flow management, and just overall culture of your business, and how you can ensure yourself that it is functioning at its highest potential and also protecting itself. So, and also being very mindful and protective of your resources. I truly believe certainly there's no way you or I could foresee something like this to come to play. Certainly we can never be fully prepared for something like a pandemic to have an outbreak and affect our small business. But as small business owners, I believe we can take a lot from it and learn how to be fully aware of everything that's going on in every aspect of our business as a small business owner. So hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely subscribe and leave a comment below with any tips that you've learned during this crazy situation with this coronavirus pandemic. If you are watching this during the spring 2020 season, then you know we are dealing with the coronavirus outbreak. So I wanted to make sure I'm sending you lots of love and peace and just encouragement during this time. Please make sure you are staying safe, staying indoors as much as possible, and being mindful of not only yourself, but also those around you.